Ikan, though, I mean, coming from Chicago, used to live in Northern California, the Ryu player, one of the best in the world on the character, arguably number 2. But hey, I mean, he's going to be trying to make his case for number 1 today.
He's the definition of a world warrior, and here he is in the UK trying to take down one of our finest players. But will it be done? Because Jezo is certainly a titan at this game, so this will be quite the contest.
Yeah, Ikan, certainly familiar with this matchup. I feel like any player at this point in Smash Ultimate has to be familiar with a R.O.B matchup. There is so many R.O.Bs, and it's just like one of the most successful bracket characters at the high level, and we see why. You know, a million tools for a bunch of different situations, but Sma, we're going to be hopping into this one, and tell me what Jezo is all about.
Yeah, I mean, Jezo, he's certainly he's a player that learns from his opponent very much. So, we'll get into game 1, you'll see him just kind of feeling out, his opponent right now. He's trying to work out what works and everything. But also, I know that Jezo is not a fan of the Shoto matchup. So this is going to be curious to see kind of how he has done his homework. And certainly right now, it's looking like he has. Doing the burner boosting there to get the forward air. Trying to just get a little bit more chip damage, keeping that gyro away, which is going to be absolutely crucial, Jet.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you... Oh, okay, Jezo getting the first stock. Nice job there, getting that back air. Really huge hitbox. But it is interesting you told me about, Jezo being like a learner, somebody who learns a lot as the games progress, as the stocks progress, because that is exactly how I would describe Ikan. He will literally, like the first stock of the first game, use it exclusively just for data. Like he's like, all right, I got to figure out how you're going to kill me, what your plans are, and he'll do that almost every single time. So, I'm not super worried about the fact that Jezo took that first stock because I feel like both these players, they have a lot to learn, and there's a lot of progress happening in this game as Jezo, he takes the second one, though, and that's a big deal. Cleanly up a full stock, Sma.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that's inevitable in this game, it's that side B coming out and obliterating stocks. Jezo looking quite nice right now. But we also know, Jet, what Ryu can do. I mean, these combos, the damage potential, it literally... Even there, just one down tilt landed 43%, and it can only keep building. So what Jezo needs to do now is just absolutely keep this warrior away right now. He's doing a good job placing down that gyro, just throwing it at him at times as well, just making sure, right, I'm going to play this zoning game and keep you well away from me, because I do not want to be sure you can.
Absolutely. I mean, that is the big threat. When Ikan gets his meaty paws on you, he does not let you go without giving you everything. And I've noticed Jezo 3 times now has used that landing rotor arm and the up air. Wow, what a kill. Cutting me off right there, just saying, all right, doesn't matter what you've noticed. This is what's happening right now in this game. I'm getting the first one of the tournament against Ikan.
Yeah, right. 1-0 up right now, but we've got a long way to go. Obviously, it's been best of 5 all weekend, and we know what can happen in the best of 5.
What do you think about a best of 5, all best of 5 tournament?
I really like best of 5 actually, because I feel like opponents, like I say, they kind of just they learn. Like you can go 2 games down, and we see this all the time, even in sort of the bigger tournaments, that players will go 2-0 down and then sort of figure out, right, okay, not only do I need to, clutch up right now, but I've learned exactly what my opponent wants to do, so I can just start to do this. And I feel like we're going to be seeing this from both sides. Obviously, Jezo learned a little bit from that game 1, but obviously, Ikan, you said how much of this player is able to download his opponent, and right now we're seeing a little bit of that, with all of those up airs just getting a bit more damage on.
Yeah, I do think that another big boon to this best of 5 is the fact that, there's a lot of variance in Smash Ultimate, just like character-wise, matchup-wise, and just mitigating that a tiny bit with the ability to just have that full best of 5, it's a huge deal. And right now, though, Ikan answering back in a big way. After that huge start from Jezo, Ikan was able to get the stock relatively early, but Jezo, he wants that answer, and he wants it now. Back air, sour spot, not going to be enough. Keeps it going with a forward air and a nair. Third forward air. Ikan has basically one option, and that is Tatsu, Tatsu, Tatsu. But still, finally finds his way out of that. How does he do it, Sma?
All through that, and Ikan still makes it back. Absolutely ludicrous. It's so important because he wants to hang on to the stock as long as he physically can. And Jezo, you can see he is hunting for the stock, but Ikan is not giving it to him. And of course, Jet, the more that this goes on, the scarier it gets for Jezo, because he is now certainly within that Shoryuken death range.
Oh, yeah, not going to be that one. The aerial one, not quite as strong as that proxy grounded one, but now we're going to see, really interesting. He didn't go for the up throw here. That's definitely going to be killing at this percentage. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you're like, oh, wait, never mind. I didn't realize you were at 180%. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot you can do to survive that one. Just one up both certainly going to do it. But Jezo is a bit battered and bruised right now, and Ikan is certainly hunting for it. Obviously, Jezo just trying to get a little bit more damage, but it's a 1-2 tap right there.
1-2 Shoryu. And yeah, that is a classic, position there. When your opponent comes back after losing their stock, and it's just like, okay, I'm just hunting for one kill confirm. I'm gonna wait for you to do some defensive option while I still have invincibility, and they just hunt it out. And Ikan's very, very good at finding that. Right now, still finding more percent, 61% on Jezo, as Ikan is still really far from death if the first stock is any indicator.
Yeah, I mean, he's just completely dominate Jezo, and he's just trying to get all this damage going. And Jezo is really sort of struggling to find any kind of leeway in this, with Ikan just kind of literally just charging in at times. Even
look at that mash.
Even the mash out the grab as well, which is so crucial against R.O.B. You know that Ikan is familiar with it. So the up air is going to do it. This is where it gets a little bit scary, because we know that R.O.B. has those 0 to death potentials, but certainly Jezo's got to play so carefully right now. No way.
No way, not again. Oh, the back air was so close to connecting. If that had hit, Jezo's probably taking this game, but now it's Ikan coming back in, only getting the weak hit of the Shoryu because he got the end of that down tilt, but he's still hunting. We know it just takes one more jab, one more up tilt, possibly an up air to end this game off, Sma.
Yeah, you can see that Ikan is really just taking his time here. He recognizes, okay, right, all I need, as you say, is that one touch just to kill you. But Jezo is also very familiar. He is keeping himself well away, but you can only run so far, Jet.
Wow, a back air, sealing it, and that is an option that we don't see a lot as the basic level 1 option from Ryu. But as the game progresses, as they get more familiar with the setups that Ryu is going to go for, it is an option that you can absolutely pull out to catch people jumping away, catching people who don't want to land, fight you on the ground where your strongest is Ryu. So good option there by Ikan, using Ryu's above average airspeed to catch that.
All right, we're going into game 3, of course. Lovely best of 5, which means this is certainly not the end of it afterwards. We've still got so much more to see. And of course, to be honest, I think we're going to be in for a long haul with the way these two players are going at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jezo did take another game, but Ikan has shown that he is in control of the base level of the game at this point, and it is on Jezo to make the big plays.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw in that game too just how much Ikan had already downloaded. He was making those adaptations, and now, of course, it's just down to Jezo to do what he did in game 1 and see if he could get this game. Order starting off strong though, get that grab, but you saw the mash again, Jet. He's so good with it.
It's so consistent. Like, the moment Ikan gets grabbed, he is mashing as if his life depends on it, because it does.
It does, yes.
It definitely does. Oh, and another Shoryu. It's so difficult to predict Ikan's movement. A lot of times he'll wave bounce with that focus attack, get a lot of movement mix-ups, as well as just not knowing when he's going to land. Sometimes he'll do the empty land, and you'll think that he's done, and then he'll just empty land jab, get you with a huge confirm, or spot dodge whatever anti-air option you're going for.
And it's absolutely crazy how Ikan always just seems to be in the exact right place at the right time. He's using these Dukens just to kind of, do a little bit of zoning when Jezo is keeping himself away. And then as soon as he's doing that, he is jumping in. He's using a down air. He's using the focus, or even just using Hadouken off stage.
Yeah, that Shaku, really good placement, getting a ton more percent, and already we see Ikan up an entire stock here, and knowing that he just needs one more confirm, and there it is, up tilt into canceled up air Shoryu. What a way to get it done.
Oh, this is a real mountain to climb here for Jezo now. He has got to try and find not only this stock, but find himself in it. Obviously, Bob, his character, as we said before, can do it. But this is real tough when you know that Ikan is hunting for all of his damage, 70% put on just through a series of up airs, which is still
he's still going for it. How do you land against this man? And there it is, another back air. We saw third game, same as the second. As we talked about it a little bit earlier, his movement is so precise. Yeah. Like, every single time he is positioned just in such a way that he's going to avoid the counter hits, as well as be able to punish the moment you swing out of disadvantage. The moment you try to do something a little bit risky, Ikan is there, and he's going to hit you for it.
Yeah. A free stock in that game for as well. I mean,
I'm just saying, we talk about people who learn from the game. Ikan is at the top of my list.
Absolutely. I mean, we were not exaggerating. We'd say that Ikan is someone that is able to learn from his opponent, because every single game since that game 1 has just been more and more in Ikan's favor. And I mean, you really can't ask for better than a 3-stock. But it's certainly not out yet. Jezo's got one more chance in this winner's side against this titan of an opponent. But he's got to try and find a way through. Obviously, the focus as well going to be coming in quite handy. All he's got
to find a way off this ledge.
Exactly. All the Hadoukens were just keeping himself there.
Yeah, it's really difficult once an opponent has a read on your defensive options, because you're like, wait, I didn't even know that I was doing that, and you know that I'm doing this. How do I change up my game plan when I'm not even aware of the mistake? But man, right now, just the hunt in the corner is so good for Ikan, who is just covering everything. But now, this is really good position for Jezo as he gets this up to, doesn't get the second hit of it. So unfortunate for them, and now going to die to the forward air as Ikan tries to pick up the gyro. Third time's the charm.
You know what? I'll forgive him, because picking up that gyro is a tough challenge. Well, up there is one of the most difficult things in Ultimate.
Oh, man. You feel so dumb, too, because you're like, it should be so simple. Why can't I pick it up?
All right, Jezo again, a little bit of damage right now. Still Hunter, you can see he's trying to play around his gyro. Does get the grab into the berry, but Ikan, almost as soon as he touched the ground, was already out of it.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. Now, Ikan hunting for this 3-stock once again, trying to figure out the way he's going to get this stock. What do you think it's going to be, Sma?
At this point, I'm not even sure that Ikan is going to actually fall to like a grab or anything like that. And so Jezo is going to have to spice. He's going to have to start placing down these gyros. He's trying to get these back airs as well. He is going to get the grab here, and it's going to be the mash and into the up air. So he is going to do it, and of course, absolutely just go against what Isaac said entirely.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it gets it. And right now, just the Shaganetsu's really good pressure in the corner. Shield is usually not a great option for them, but we know that Jezo wanted to hang on to that gyro as long as possible. The moment he drops it, Ikan is on the offensive, fighting back really strongly, and once again, finds himself in this exact same position in the corner, being trapped by Ikan, who gets a couple. I don't know what he was cooking there, Sma, but it was spicy.
Oh, the movement from Ikan. You can see that he's dancing around the stage right now, and it is just going to be the tap there, but the Fox finish. Jezo is still alive, but for how much longer, Jet?
Oh, man. We saw Ikan go for an up throw on that gyro into a down air, and sure, you get out of shield, finishes it off. 3-1 for Ikan, but Jezo taking the first game off Ikan this entire tournament. Cannot overstate how difficult that is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean,
so good.
Jezo is, I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised to see this player make the deep run down and lose. It's a real shark bit down there. But Jezo, I mean, a player of his caliber and how well he's been doing recently, I think he could certainly they'll still make that run, but it's going to just be a little bit longer, Jet.
Right. They have a couple opponents. It looks like they're projected to play against Curry Governor down in the losers bracket.
Yeah.
And James 102. So let's see if they could make a little bit of a run down there. I could definitely see it happening, but looking forward to more of them. But for now, it is Ikan who moves on to play the winner of Orion and Lids.